Hi crafters, it's Hannah from HanCrafted Creations. Welcome to my channel today. This is the card that I'm going to be showing you how to make today for this week's colour challenge tutorial. So it's using the Dragonfly Dreams stamp set and the coordinating dragonfly details dies. So that's what we use to cut out our dragonflies. I'm going to show you how I got this awesome background and how I've got some nice shiny dragonflies as well. So I'm sure that you will enjoy this video. So if you do, then be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you'll get notified every time I upload a brand new video, which I do every single week. So let's get started. Okie dokie, so we'll start by picking numbers. So this week's numbers have been picked by Audrey Shaw here on YouTube, and she's picked 3, 11 and 16. So that gives us well, number 11's there, number 3 basic grey, 11 berry burst, and 16 is 16. Where's number 16? 16. Oh, there it is, real red. Okay, so we've got basic grey, berry burst and real red. I will go grab those colours and we can get started. Okay, so here are our colours, basic grey, berry burst and real red. And the stamp set that we're going to be using is the Dragonfly Dreams set, which you can find on page 138 of the catalogue. So there it is, and the coordinating dies, the detailed dragonfly thinlets, are on page 217, and they're right there. So those are the thinlets we will be using as well. So what we're going to do is, I've got a basic grey card base for today. So let's just get that folded in half. And then we've got a layer that we're going to put on the top. So we're going to do some sponging and some embossing and stuff on there. Then we're going to sponge and cut out some of the dragonflies, and I think probably this size one, or that might even be too big. Maybe we'll do this one. Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay, so first things first, some heat embossing. So let me just grab my heat tool. So we've got Versamark embossing buddy and clear embossing powder. I had a scrap of paper here and I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, there we go, that'll do. Okay, so I'm going to put embossing buddy over the whole of my piece of cardstock. Then grab the splotches from the stamp set and get some of these on there. Now, I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do this, as in what pattern. So, let's get one up there. And one, I think, over here. And then one down there. Yeah. Okay. Throw on some clear embossing powder. There we go. Cool. Then we can tip the rest of this back in here. That's why I have a scrap bit of paper, so we're not wasting any of our embossing powder. So I'll just heat set this now so it'll get loud for just a second. Missed a spot. There. So that is nice and heated. So you can just make it out. Then we're going to bring our inks back in. Let's get these all opened up. So you're going to do some sponging over where we've embossed, and then you sort of buff it off, and then you'll get a nice image, hopefully. And I'll grab some more paper towels in a bit. Okay, so let's see what order I'm going to do this in. So if we go grey, red, berry, yeah, so we'll start with the grey up this top corner. So I'm starting off the cardstock and slowly working it on. Like so. And then sort of buffing it out around. Like so. Then we'll go for berry. And then we will be overlapping and everything as well. And blending the colours together a little bit. And we'll sort of go back and forth between the three. So onto the real red. Okay, so now we've sort of got the base colour down. You can go back and start blending them all together a little bit more. So bringing the grey down. And whoops, smudged. And across. And where they overlap, really blending out. Okay, back to the berry. And the real red. Oops. And then just sort of build it up as much as you like. You can have some spots that are a little bit darker, some that are a little bit lighter. Just keep blending until you're happy with it, which I think I am. I'm just going to go and grab some paper towels just to buff off the excess ink. Okay, so just get a paper towel and buff over the top, and in any of the ink that's sitting on top of the embossing will just come off. There. Okay. So with our 3 colours, I'm just going to take the splotch again and stamp over where I stamped earlier in the same colours that's in that little area. So I'm just stamping off a few times. And berry burst. So just right over top of where we stamped, and just keep stamping off. And then basic grey. There. So we've made a speckly colourful background. So again, there's some ink sitting on top of where we heat embossed, so I'm just going to rub over the top to get that ink off. And you can very slightly dampen your paper towel if it's not all coming up. So I just dabbed it on my stamping scrub just so it's a little bit, it's very, very slightly damp, and just buff over the top, and that's what you'll get. Love how that's turned out. Okay, so die cutting. I was going to use the smaller one. I'm not sure now whether or not to use, whoops, the medium sized one. I think it could take it. Or 2? No. I might just do that one still. I'm just looking in the monitor to see how it looks looking down. I think that will look nice actually. So I'm going to grab just a piece of Whisper White and do a little bit of sponging of the 3 colours. So it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be die cut, but just so there's a little hint of those colours on there. And I'm kind of purposefully going a little bit splotchy and sort of scratchy. So a little bit more, just like that. So I'm not really trying to cover it properly. Just sort of swiping it across. Then I'm going to use this to die cut the dragonflies, so I'll just go and do that and be right back. Okay, so I've die cut those little dragonflies and they are adorable. And I just had another idea of what to do with them, is to heat emboss them with the clear embossing, so it'll kind of give it a nice shiny effect. So I'm just gonna do a bit of embossing buddy over the top, then just press the Versamark onto it. So make sure it's all covered in Versamark, whoops, really well. Okay, then tip some clear embossing powder on it. Make sure it's really covered. Probably a little bit extra, but you know. Then just pick it up with your pokey tool and slightly tap it off. And you can tip this in and then heat set it. And I've somehow managed to get ink on my tub of embossing powder. Okay. So use your pokey tool to hold it down. There. And we will get a nice shiny set of dragonflies. See, it kind of gives it a glass effect. Ah, there you go. Love doing that little technique. Okay, so I want to make sure it's dry, so I'm just going to leave it to the side for a second while I stamp the sentiment. So from the stamp set we will do To a Wonderful Friend. And I'm just going to do that in basic grey. And I'm putting it that side, so yeah. To a Wonderful Friend. Close that now, and then with the splotches I'm going to go for Berry Burst. I'm just going to stamp it off a couple of times, just so you've got a couple of light splotches underneath. Close up all of this ink now. Oops. Okay. Clean those off in a minute. So this is going to be layered onto a piece of basic grey. I'll just use my fast fuse. Oops. So I'm going to put it to the edge of the basic grey, as in this edge, like so. Then I'll snip that off when we've stuck it on our card, which I have here. A piece for the inside. I'm going to just do some quick splotches with the real red. Stamp off once. There. Oops. And we can put it all together now. So this is going to go inside. like so. Then our piece that we inked and sponged and did all that good stuff to, you know what I'm just going to very quickly do? Just go along the edge in one colour just to make it a little bit more even. So just what's left over on the sponge. That'll do. There we go. Give it a rub from the back. Love how that's turned out. So this is going to go there, and that's going to be there. So I'm going to pop some mini dimensionals on the back. So just where the little dragonfly's body is, it's just big enough for a mini dimensional. So I'm going to pop one on each of their body just to make sure it's all held up properly. There. And peel the backing off gently. You don't want to rip your dragonflies after all this. So I do have an online class that I've just done with this stamp set on Monday, so I'll leave a link for it in the, I'll put it on the card and like a pop-up thing, and it will be linked in the description as well. So you can see a whole class I did with this. I'm just going to pop this little guy in the middle, and then we'll add our sentiment. About there. And then I can trim off the excess. Where have my scissors gone? There they are. Right where they should be. Oops. Okay. There we go. And that is our Challenge Wednesday card done. Love the little dragonflies. So yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. Like I said, there'll be a link over there for the class that I've just done with the Dragonfly Dreams stamp set. That's this one. And then another video over there that you might enjoy too. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.